So I've got about 2.5 cups of butternut squash that I've already peeled and cubed up. They're about, some of them are about an inch, some are about a ½ inch big. I'm going to toss them in a couple tablespoons of avocado oil. I'm going to add some minced garlic, cumin, sea salt, smoked paprika, and some black pepper. I added a couple of cloves of garlic, ½ teaspoon of ground cumin, ¼ teaspoon of smoked paprika, ¼ teaspoon of ground pepper, and a rounded rounded 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I didn't want a full ½ teaspoon, but I didn't want less than that either. Okay, so it's been evenly tossed in all of the seasoning, and I'm going to go ahead and pop it in the oven. Again, I'm roasting it at 425, and we're going to start it out at 20 minutes. So while the butternut squash is roasting, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the other elements of this meal. This is just a warm veggie bowl or a warm salad. I eat a lot of these when I don't really know what I want for dinner or I don't have any particular craving. So I have baby spinach and baby kale mixed together. Got purple onion, avocado oil, just a couple of teaspoons, and crumbled goat cheese. I'm actually going to steam the spinach, kale, and onions with the oil. Just not all the way done. You just want it kind of wilted. And I'm going to go ahead and start cutting off these thicker stems. The really little ones, they don't matter. They add some good texture, but the really thick ones can be a bit much and take away from the taste you want. Okay, so I am dicing up the purple onion. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want some fairly small, even pieces. And then, as for the spinach and kale, these are the pieces you want to cut. They're really thick stems, and you're just going to cut it off right about there. Anything like these little pieces, those won't matter. Okay, so I ended up with about ½ cup of chopped purple onion, and I've got about 3 cups of the baby kale and spinach mixture, and this will make enough for 2 people. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes, so we're going to check the squash, and it's looking really good, but it's still going to need a little bit of time. We're going to stir it up so it can cook more evenly. Make sure it's all nice and flat, that way every piece has a chance to finish cooking. And we're going to pop it in for another 10 minutes. So the squash has about 5 more minutes of roasting time, so we're going to go ahead and start sauteing the onions, getting them tender. And this is going to be the longest part of the next phase of this meal. The greens won't take but about a minute, if that, to wilt down. So within that last 5 minutes of cooking time for the squash, you can easily get your onions done. As soon as the squash comes out, you can add your greens to the skillet, let it wilt down, and then you are ready to assemble your warm salad. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull out the butternut squash. The timer has gone off, and it looks great. It's not burnt anywhere. Let's check out how tender it is. And it went right through that piece with no issue. And I just want to say about the butternut squash, it is a great vegetable for people who, they want to keep veggies on hand, but they want something that is going to be minimal waste. And butternut squash lasts forever. I mean, I've had a whole one on the counter that's lasted over a month. If I've cut it in half and put part of it in the refrigerator, it still lasts for weeks to a month while it's in the refrigerator. So it's a great vegetable to keep on hand. Okay, so the purple onion is ready. It's not quite translucent, but it is tender. You don't want it too soft because this is a very minimal dish, so you're going to want as much texture as you can get. We're going to go ahead and add in the greens now and get them wilted down. Okay, you can wilt it down as much as you want for your personal taste. This is about as far as I'm going to go. I still like it to have a little bit of crispness to it. So we're going to go ahead and transfer this to the plates. And if you're super hungry, you can just make this for one. But we're going to have this for 2 people tonight. Alright, now we're going to add the butternut squash. Okay, and the final step is the goat cheese. I'm putting about a tablespoon on each salad. And that's it. Roasted butternut squash warm salad.